Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Deep Ball, Keenan, Curran, Samuel Akem. We are back, and we got a very, very special guest. Back-to-back 1,000-yard receiver, All-American, Marquis Buchanan out of Rhode Island. How are you doing, dog?
I'm good, man. Just enjoying the summertime, getting some work in.
Yeah.
What is the weather like in Rhode Island? Like, is it super hot?
Early mornings is not cold, but like kind of sweatpants, maybe a sweater. But once we're done with workouts, like it kind of starts warming up towards the afternoon. Right now, it's getting towards the summertime, so it'll be hot real soon.
Oh, yeah.
Nice,
It's like Montana, it seems like, Keenan.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd be cold out here.
Snow is bad, but
Yeah, our snow is bad, man. I
Yeah,
don't
right.
wish that on anybody. Obviously, Sam talked about it back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. How do you improve going into this season, and what have you been working on lately?
I take a look at the tape with my coach on what I could have thought better, or just myself on what I think I could have did better. I just hone in on the little details, basically what I've been doing really to really improve myself for next season, the little details and what my coaches tell me I could improve on, and, some other people that I rely on to tell me these things.
Yeah. So you talk about other people. Do you have like a trainer that you work with? Obviously, going to Rhode Island is down the road from where you're originally from. So, is there a trainer you work with? Is there somebody, that's from Providence that you kind of lean on for things like that?
Uh, this year I've been working with the dude Alex. He trains a lot of guys.
Yeah.
One of my guys at Purdue, Justin Denton, comes down and works out with him.
Yeah.
So I go over there sometimes. But mainly it's really just my high school coach and then the coaches up at URI that really tell me the important things I need to improve on to go to the next level.
Absolutely.
Nice, man. That's cool. Are there any what is your feeling of Rhode Island football from the high school level? Like, do you guys feel like you're slept on? I don't know much about Rhode Island, where I know that some of the small states on the West Coast, they were like, oh man, we're slept on. What is the feeling like for Rhode Island on the East Coast?
A lot of people say we're slept on. I would say we're slept on, but it's also some of our own fault. Like, I got a lot of guys would just up and leave out of high school. They'll go out of state and go somewhere else and play. So, me in high school, like, we was definitely slept on. There's a lot of guys here that could have played. And now, since I've been in college, a lot of dudes just kind of just take off and head out of state and play somewhere else to the recognition they deserve. But I do believe we're slept on, and I think there's a lot of hidden gems out here.
So give us some of the names. Who are some of the guys that we may know out of Rhode Island? Maybe they play in the NFL. Maybe they play in the P5, P4.
Quiddy Pay's over there with the Oakland Raiders.
Okay.
He's from Bishop Hendricken. What is his name from Hendricken? There's a lot of Hendricken guys up there. That's like they're like a private school up here. Yeah. So they send a lot of guys. I'm trying to think. Xavier Trust, he was on the Georgia. He was a tackle for Georgia on their national championship runs.
Okay.
Nice.
So Will Blackman was from out here.
Okay.
At Bishop Hendricken. So there's a lot of guys here from around here. Actually, the coach from Jacksonville, Liam Cohen, he went to LaSalle private school.
Okay.
He played at UMass Amherst. So there's a lot. There's a couple guys that was
That's all.
I'll probably miss some, but those are the ones on the top of my head.
Absolutely. Yeah. Led the FCS in receiving this past season. What kind of motivation does that give you going forward?
To do it again. Obviously I see all the rankings. Like, I'm not blind to all the rankings, but obviously I got to go out there and back it up myself. So I just got to prove everybody right, and the fact that I have the ability to do that is what drives me to really do it.
So what kind of work did you do last offseason to have that type of season? Like, what are you doing in the offseason specifically to kind of hone in on your game and make sure that you are the top receiver in the subdivision?
I'm just looking at coverages. Obviously, the coverages changed from my redshirt freshman to last year to the year before that. So I'm really just going back and really trying to see how teams played me and what I can do to improve on. Obviously, in the weight room, trying to get stronger, because towards the end of last year, I've seen a lot of reroutes from slot more than I've seen forever, especially in the second half of last year. So having the ability to just like struggle off a reroute and continue running my routes, another thing, just keep doing the little things that I need to do.
Yeah,
go ahead.
That's because you're in the game plan now, and they're like, all right, we got to make sure we disrupt his route. Like, we can't just let him run free on our safety, because it'll be
after, I would say, the fourth or fifth game, the reroutes just started picking up like through the roof. There was nothing clean coming off unless they was playing man. But obviously, our coaches had a great game plan to try to avoid some of those. But me as a player, I'm expecting those going in, especially here.
That's like a number one thing where they're like, hey, if you don't do anything else on this play linebacker, you better get hands on him, right? You better disrupt his route, which is crazy to think like that's their main mission, right? Hey, you could give up with anything underneath. Make sure you rebound him.
It's cool because our defense does it, so I kind of see it daily.
Yeah.
Our defense has a lot of routes. So
absolutely.
Nice, man.
Let me ask one more, Keenan. Let me ask something.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me ask something too along the lines of that. 6'4", 190. You slot receiver, my man. Like, what was that? Because I feel like in high school, guys are just kind of playing everywhere. Like I played outside, I played inside in high school. It was when I got to college where I started at inside at H, and then they moved me outside my sophomore year. For you, the last 2 years at least, I've noticed you at slot. Has it always been that way at Rhode Island? Was it always that way at high school? Or how did you become a slot receiver?
Well, in high school, I was an X. I was mainly outside guy.
Okay.
When I first got to Euro, I was X. I was mainly just focused on X. And then we got a new receivers coach in the spring of 23.
Yeah.
And he basically like sat us all down. I was like, everybody got to learn everything.
Okay.
So we just dissected the whole playbook and went through everything. So I was playing X, A, Z. I was just all over the place flying. Then I sat down with my head coach, and that basically determined where I was playing because he told me to exit me. Like, if I'm not starting in the slot, it's my own fault.
Yeah.
So that's why I knew going into the season, all right, I'm going to be like mainly an AZ guy. And then once I kind of took off in the slot, my redshirt sophomore year, I tried to move back outside, but it just wasn't working with the game.
It's different out there.
So he was like, he said, we're going to have a hard conversation and move you back in the slot. We just think you're the best slot guy for us. And then ever since.
Dang, man. Yeah, it's so different, bro, because like I remember in Bob Stitt's offense, I was an H-back, so technically like a stand-up tight end. And I remember my first year outside was 2017. That would have been what, your junior year, Keenan?
Yeah. Yes.
And man, it was tough out there. I'm not gonna lie. Like the coverages are a little different. Like that press coverage hits a little different. Like it took some time to get used to. And I remember Samori had the same thing. Because remember Keenan, Samori moved to the outside from 2017 to 2018. That next year, he moved outside. And same for him. Like, it was an adjustment period. So it just takes some time, and then the slot is different. How would you say the coverages from the slot to the outside are different, in your opinion?
For me, it's a little bit easier to see.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can see the two safeties.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an X, you're probably in a boundary, and, you're just looking at one safety.
Yep.
And if if that safety rolls, you know what it is. But if he's just sitting there, you really can't see. So me in the slot, I can see what the linebacker's doing. I can see what the overhang's doing. I can see what the outside corner's doing. I can see what the safeties are doing. Yeah. So it really helps out when it comes to route running for me.
Absolutely.
Man. It's beautiful to hear, and I think this happens in most good receivers' career, is as they become more polished, they're looking at like scheme more, and they're looking at the safeties, and they're not just thinking, hey, I got to beat my man. They're thinking, okay, how do I get open in this coverage? For someone who may not know you, how would you describe your game?
I just think I'm a playmaker.
Okay.
No matter where I get the ball, I'm looking to make a play every time. My high school coach always told me I turned into a running back. I think that when I was younger, I played running back. So every time I get the ball, I'm looking to score. So
nice.
That's my thing.
Do you have any basketball background?
Yeah, I played basketball from 10 up until my senior year of high school.
Were you nice?
I could have played if I wanted to, but they wanted me to go prep, and I wasn't trying to go prep. So football just stuck it out.
I think that lends itself to your success in the slot. And in Samori, a guy that played with us, who's plays for the Saints right now,
it was very similar with the Eagles.
Oh, he just signed with the Eagles. Okay.
Yeah.
But it kind of feels like it mirrors that a little bit, because when he was in the slot, he was cooking people, right? It's just like you have a really good feel of being in space and almost like coming downhill and crossing somebody up to go, drive. So nice, man. I'm glad to hear that. And it seems like at 6'4", 190, it's working out for you, dog. And I know there's probably some NFL teams that are looking there, they're like, ooh, wow, we could do something with this guy.
That's the goal. That's funny because my family's a basketball background too.
Okay.
It's not really football heavy.
Yeah. What position did you play? Were you like
I played point guard.
Okay.
It checks out.
What would you say? How would you describe your basketball game?
I'm more of a pass first guy. I play defense, grab rebounds. Like I'll score when I have to, but like I'm looking to get everybody involved. It's always been I used to get yelled at because I passed the ball too much.
Yeah.
So I've always been a pass first guy.
Hey, man. So Rhode Island has become one of the better programs in the CAA. What changed inside the building? Because I think you've been there while that change has happened. What did you see change inside the building to see you guys become one of the premier programs, not only in the CAA but in the entire FCS?
The players started to take over. I feel like 2022, my first year, it was kind of rough, like in house. 2023, we took a step forward, but
Yeah.
we had some stuff like our own internal stuff from the players. So 2024, we had a I would say an important senior class leaving for 2023. We lost two wideouts, quarterback, O line, a bunch of guys on defense. So we really like stepped up to really be player led.
Mm-hmm.
It's really what took it off. Like even last year, like we had to readjust everything after we lost to Western Michigan and Brown. We had a leaders meeting to what we need to focus on and fix. And we just try to stay consistent with that stuff through the spring, through the summer, so that when we get to August and September, it's already clicking at full force.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about that Brown game, because I think that was a shocker to everybody. Certainly was a shocker to me. Like, man, like Rhode Island, a lot of people expected you guys to be one of the teams deep in making a deep playoff run, and then you guys dropped one to Brown. What was the intensity of that conversation with you guys as teammates, without given too much detail on it?
That game's important for us. Obviously, we hadn't lost to Brown, I think 6 or 7 years, something like
Is
that.
Is that like a rivalry for you guys?
Yeah, that's our in-state rivalry.
Okay.
For our Governor's Cup.
Okay, I had no idea.
So basically, we played them. It's always the first Saturday in October. So
yeah,
and that one was even bigger because we played at the soccer stadium, which is brand new down here.
Wow.
So yeah, that one was tough. The players, I think Sunday, it was like late Sunday, we decided to do it because everybody was just like quiet and everybody was down. We just lost 2 straight.
Mm-hmm.
The meeting wasn't intense, but it was like serious. It was like, all right, this is what we need to get done. This needs to happen from top to bottom. It can't just be half offense, half defense, which is, it gets intense during practice. Offense thinks they're better than defense. Defense.
Absolutely.
So we really had to hone in on, all right, if we're going to practice right, let's practice right. If we're going to talk, let's talk. And then boom, let's squash it and let's go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that, we got a little complacent and we just had to refocus and dial back in.
The best teams, man, in every level of football are led by the players. So I love that you guys got together and was like, okay, if we really want to do something special, we are going to have to lock in right now and make that determination,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, Sam. I think it's, I don't know, it's where, like, starting that then is what's going to lead you guys into a deep playoff run. And obviously, next question is, over the last few seasons, Rhode Island has made the playoffs. How do you guys take that next step and make a deep run?
First things first, we got to be as healthy as possible. I feel like last year or 2 years ago against Mercer, obviously Dev was out, our quarterback. Mm-hmm. So we had the backup was more than capable, but he hadn't played in some time. So, it was a second game.
We know how that goes.
That was his third game, so it was a little rough. And then our running back strained his Achilles second quarter. So now it's like our running game is pretty much out of it.
Yeah.
And sending our defense out there so fast. And then last year we had a bunch of guys on defense get sick. And then injuries start to pile up. And then Deb gets a little banged up. And then our O-line gets banged up. So first things first, we got to be healthy.
Yeah.
And then we really got to embrace the moment. We're here for a reason. And we really got to step up. We can't wait until, it gets too late. Every time, the first half was good for us against UC Davis. And then I just feel like second half we was just flat.
Yeah.
So we just got to take advantage.
Absolutely. Do you think the distance, you guys are coming from Rhode Island, you guys are literally going, that flight was probably 5 hours. Did that play a part into anything during that UC Davis game?
I'm not sure. I can't really speak for everybody. For me, it wasn't, because we got there days earlier to really adjust to the time.
Yeah, nice.
So if we played on a Saturday, we got there probably Thursday or Wednesday.
Okay, I like that.
So we had time to adjust. For me, I had plenty of time to adjust. Can't really speak for other guys. I know some guys said they got sick after the flight. So, it is what it is. If we had took care of business in the season, we wouldn't have had to travel across the country. But
right,
it was a good experience. But it just happened. Whatever happened, happened.
Had you ever been to California before that?
Nah, the farthest I've been to Arizona. I was at AAU, but I ain't never been to Cali.
Dang, I think about that all the time. I had never been to Montana before I came to Montana. And then we played in James Madison my senior year, and I had never been to Virginia. So it's a lot of times football is taking you places where you may not have ended up before then. For sure. Do you have something? You want to say?
No. I was waiting on you.
What was the biggest lesson you learned during the team's most recent playoff run?
That we can really do this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What showed you that?
Between our CCSU, our first game, the way we came out, the way we finished, and then the start of UC Davis.
Yeah.
Like that first half of UC Davis, I was like, all right, we can do this. Obviously, things didn't go our way, but like those 2 games, like, and then the second half of the season alone, really proved that we got something here.
Yeah. Going back, I guess, to the last question, you talked about like the travel to UC Davis, right? If you guys had handled business, you wouldn't even had to do that. Is that something that's being discussed now? I think you guys have probably made it through spring ball. Now you're in summer. Is that a point of emphasis for the older guys of like, hey, we got to win every game on our schedule this year so we don't have to travel?
Yeah, definitely, especially because everybody likes the first round bye. That was really that didn't help us too much. We was kind of upset that we didn't get that last spot, but it is what it is. Like we didn't handle business, and they didn't think we was good enough to get that first round bye. I think another thing is I think we was looking too far ahead. We had watched NDSU lose before we played because we had the nighttime game. We had watched NDSU lose, and
Illinois State, we got a chance. We got an opportunity.
Yeah, I think we got a little too ahead of ourselves, and might have backfired a little bit, but I mean, it's in the past now.
Absolutely. And like you said, like that's another learning opportunity as well. Like, hey, no matter what's going on any side of the bracket, no matter who we may have to play, who we know we're going to play and who we know we have a guaranteed opportunity against is UC Davis. And we got to take care of that. I think you guys can learn a lot from that, man.
Yeah.
A lot of guys in your position probably would have transferred away after your first 1,000-yard season. You've now had back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving seasons, and you led the FCS in receiving last season. What's kept you at URI these last few seasons?
First thing first is where I'm from, so it's kind of near and dear to my heart, and I'm just. So the first time I stayed after the first year, we figured the core was coming back, like all the wideouts, O-line. So we was like, yo, like we're fine, like we're gonna do this. Yeah. And then this past season, like it took me a little while. Like I really sat down and had to think about everything. Deep down in my heart, I'm probably the most loyal person when it comes to things in sports, like even football, basketball, even high school. Like I said, they wanted me to go prep. I was like, nah, I'm just figure it out, dug it out. And then URI was my first offer coming out of high school. So
they believed in you first.
And then Dev said he would come back, and I believed what they told me, in the offices. I was like, I mean, I can't really deny that. Like, money aside, like I wasn't really thinking about the money. Honestly, I was just like, I want to just do something I ain't never done. And I got some records I'm chasing.
Yeah. There you go.
A lot of goals for us that we got coming up.
Absolutely.
Nice. That was going to be one of my questions. Is like, hey, what? I know you don't do it for the records, right? But like, give us some of the records that you're chasing. Give us some of your goals for this next season.
I think I'm about 900 yards away from the all-time receiving record. And
we're going to get that.
Need like 82 catches for the catches record. Okay. And then Dev also needs like 3,000 yards for being the leading passer. So we got a lot of stuff we want to accomplish. And we also think we can take that next step with the guys we got. So that was one of the keys that we also had a lot of guys returning on the offense, so we was that close last year. If we make sure everybody's healthy and we're actually honed in to what we know we can do, we can actually make a run at this thing.
Yeah. So Rhode Island was the first school to believe in you. Who else kind of was looking at you coming out of high school? What were some of the other schools that were pursuing you?
So my junior year was a lot higher of expectations. I had Florida, Arizona, UConn was interested, Rutgers was interested. Rutgers was a school I thought I was going to end up at. I had
New Jersey.
Had gone up to a whole bunch of camps. I talked to Coach Ciano in his office. That didn't end up working out. So the schools that offered was URI, Sacred Heart, and then UNH offered me like a week before signing day.
Wow.
But I had went to a Duke camp. I went out there, and then I had messed up my groin along that process.
Yeah.
So kind of the camps process I didn't really do much throughout camp. So I think that kind of, threw some schools off. But I mean, I'm in the position I'm in now. So
absolutely. Exactly. So you decided to stay close to home. Was Rhode Island the school that you like looked up to growing up, or who was the school that you kind of looked at and was like, oh man, if I could go there, that'd be my dream school?
It's funny because I didn't really look at like FCS here. Like I always thought, probably URI is kind of our basketball rivalry. So that was what I was really looking at. I didn't really look at football. I always watched FBS stuff. I was always a fan of Alabama and how they played and Nick Saban. So that was always the dream for everything. And then once I got into high school, I started figuring out, okay, this is what I can do. So I kind of just let it play out. I didn't really have a preference of going here or there.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's so funny that you say that because we don't have any FCS schools in Oklahoma. So I didn't even know about the FCS growing up until I got my Montana off and I was like, oh, like there's another level of D1. This is exciting.
Yeah, I didn't know until I was about a junior in high school. Like I didn't know nothing.
Yeah. You're like, you see these schools coming and talking. You're like, what conference are you guys in? Like, I don't even know.
I never heard of you guys before in my life.
You know what's great? It's like Eastern, when I was in high school, or right before I got into high school, won a national championship, Eastern Washington, and I still didn't know what conference they were in. I was just like, how'd they win a national championship?
They beat Bama?
Yeah. So, but then you get older and you're like, oh wait, no, they play good football too.
The guys on the team said that, like, I never even heard of Rhode Island. I'm like, bro.
Hey.
See you.
Yeah. So you are, I guess, many people will consider you one of the best, if not the best, receiver in the subdivision. How do you block out the noise and stay focused on the task at hand?
My high school coach, every time I talk to him, he just say, stay starving, don't be hungry, like grind like you're starving, act like you don't have a spot, act like you're not gonna play. So I kind of just take that in to every practice, every workout, every game, is to, prove that I should be on the field and why I am on the field.
That's a bar. I'm not gonna lie, that's a bar. Stay starving. That is a bar.
Yeah.
He's told me that since I was a sophomore in high school, and he said it at least 5 times a year. Every time I see him on the phone, or if it comes to a game, like he's gonna say it. So I kind of just keep that in the back of my mind.
I hear you. I've heard you now mention your head coach multiple times. When we talked to Lance McCutcheon, who used to play at Montana State, one thing he said was Coach Brent Vigen believed in him before, anybody at Montana State was really willing to believe in him. And I've always told a story about one of my coaches in high school that believed in me. Is that how your high school coach is for you? Like, was he the one who kind of told you, hey, if you stay dedicated, you can take this game far?
Yes. My older cousin, I went there and played football for him.
Mm-hmm.
So he already knew it, expected me to go there. So when I got there, he was just hard on me from the jump. I remember our first day of summer workouts, I was late. Well, I actually missed completely because I wasn't used to getting up extra early. And so I missed the first day. I went to the second day. I was late the third day. So he was just hounding me my first year. I wasn't even starting at first, and then our quarterback guy went down. We moved the receiver to quarterback because he played there the year before.
Yeah.
He's just been, and then he didn't really like that I played AAU basketball. Every time he mentioned in front of the whole team, he didn't care. He mentioned in front of the whole team, if you want to go play basketball, go play basketball. You don't have to be here.
Damn.
He's a good dude. He got it. It's all from the heart though.
Right.
He's just strict. He knows when he sees talent in front of him, and he ain't been wrong since. So,
hey, I think a lot of kids need somebody like that though. Got a lot of love for you, is willing to tell you how it is. At the end of the day, though, they just want to see you be great, and that's why they're trying to get it out of you every single day.
And especially me, I grew up. My uncles were all coaches, so I always had tough love. So going to him was really nothing, really.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. And sometimes we as young people, a lot of even kids I coach football, and there's kids that really love basketball, right? But there's kids that are 5'10", 170 pounds, and I'm like, brother, you ain't got no future in that. You are not going to go do that, right? I'm sorry, but we all need, and in your case is obviously different. 6'4", yeah, you could have done basketball. But we all need someone to be real with us, right? Because we think I'm the next Michael Jordan. And it's brother, at 5'10", you're not the next Spud Webb. You're not going to go make it, bro. So let's be real. So, but good on them, man. As the Rhode Island Gatorade Player of the Year, your senior year, did you obviously that's a huge accolade. Did you feel slighted with not getting the attention that you deserved?
A little bit, but
yeah,
some of it's my own fault. My grades in high school weren't the best. My first 2, I would say 2.5 years there. Then I kind of picked it up towards the end, so that's why some of that's my own fault. But then it's you don't win Gatorade Player of the Year for no reason.
Absolutely.
And so, I kind of used that as motivation as well. So some teams just missed out on their chance.
Yeah.
One thing I found out in college the hard way was when you get that, it's easy to get the GPA high and keep it high, but when it's low, bringing it back up. Oh my gosh.
I had to take about 3 summer classes, 1 summer and 2 the next, to really try to boost it all the way up as much as I could.
And then when you got to Rhode Island, were they requiring like the SAT, ACT, and did you take either?
Nah.
No,
I took it, but they didn't require it.
Oh yeah, see, you kids got it lucky. I had to take the ACT, man. We had to study and take that 4-hour test. Like, man, it's crazy out here.
Yeah.
Okay, so growing up, when did you first realize that football could take you far? Like, what was that first? Maybe a game, maybe you made a play, maybe you went great. Like, when was that first time that you realized this game could do a lot for you?
I've loved football since I was little. Like I told my parents like I was gonna go to the NFL when I was about 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
But I would say it really hit me. I'd probably say maybe my last game of my redshirt freshman year. I had like 9 catches for 130 against Towson. And these were like other all conference dudes on my same side.
Yeah.
And then the next year I exploded. So that's when I really started like honing in the end of that year, going into my redshirt sophomore year, knowing I was going to be the number 1 guy.
Yeah.
Was when I honed in, was like, yo, like, if you want to go somewhere, it's now or never.
Yeah, right.
That's
cool, bro.
Will you feel like that's the moment that everything clicked for you as a receiver, where you were like, oh, okay, this is what it feels like to be in flow state?
Definitely, because against Townsend, like, it's not like I was being forced the ball. I wasn't really the number 1 option. So I was third option. I just ended up getting the ball for the deep shots. And then going into that summer, it was like, you're going to be the number 1 guy. So whatever you need to do to figure it out.
Yeah. And the mindset, too, is crazy. The mindset shift from going to be, you're the number 3 guy, so I'm going 1, 2, 3. Oh, Marquis is open. Let's dump it down to him. And as opposed to, okay, we start in the progression. Marquis, we are looking at you, and we are hoping that you are going to be the guy in this progression. Like, how did you deal with that mindset shift going from your redshirt freshman year to your redshirt sophomore year?
I stayed the same. Like, I always thought I deserved the ball as a redshirt freshman. Like, that was probably the most I've been open my whole life. Was that redshirt freshman year? I would just be running free. Yeah. And then obviously my redshirt sophomore year, like I had a pretty good redshirt freshman year, but like I wasn't the main guy yet.
Yeah.
So things were still kind of similar. So I kind of just I've always treated like, all right, I'm the number 1 guy. Just run this route like you're the number 1 guy and you're gonna get the ball here, whether you get it or not.
And that's kind of the delusion as receivers we have to have, right? Like I'm open every play, and like I've been wide open all season. Y'all just haven't been throwing me the ball. Like,
right. And it's funny because now that like I'm the number 1 guy, like I've been looking back on tape and I see him like, oh snap, he was wide open. These other guys, I'm like, oh snap, wide open.
Because all the attention's on you now.
Yes, I just be looking, I'm like, damn, he was definitely open on that play.
But they threw it to you, huh?
Probably me or Greg. Probably.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Who were the biggest influences on your football career going out? Like, who stood out? What stood out about these players for you when you were looking at what guys did you
I
kind of
looked up to Kelvin Johnson, just his size and the way he moved. Yeah. And then personally, it was always my older brother. Like, he played football and basketball growing up, so he was always in my corner. He's always, even now, like, he's always in my ear. Like, he's at every game. So he's kind of someone I've always strived to be better than him in high school. Like, that was just a personal reach that I needed to have for myself. And then even in college, like he's always texting me about something to motivate me more than what I would need. So
talk about that. Are you the youngest? Do you have like how many siblings do you have? Are you the youngest of your siblings?
I'm the youngest brother. I have 4 sisters, 2 brothers.
Okay. I talk about this all the time, bro. My big brother, Jossie, he was a 4-star. Everybody knew about him in our area, and he had all the offers. And like, man, I talk about me, like my whole motivation growing up was I just wanted to be better than him. I just wanted to beat out him. Like, everything else will fall where it may, but like if he's going to get 4th in state at the hurdles, I want to win state and hurdles. If he's going to be an okay college player, I want to be an All-American in college. Like it was always to be better than him. It's so interesting to hear you say that was your driving factor, because I've heard that from a lot of guys who had like older siblings. And it's so interesting because I feel like the younger sibling is always the one who saw the example and then took it to the next level.
Yeah, he was in basketball. He was a 2-time All-Stater at his high school. So I was like, all right, he's going to be 2-time. I got to try to – well, he was second team, but I was like, all right, I got to get first team. I got to try to win a state championship. So I ended up being first team twice, player of the year twice. So that ended up happening. We went to our division championship. So those are things that I achieved. Football, Pop Warner, we was kind of the same, really. None of us went to nationals.
Yeah.
It's funny. The middle brother actually ended up at nationals twice in a row.
Dang.
So yeah, he's even now like I don't really use him as a motivation factor, but like since he's there and since he's always texting me before the game, I just make sure I do something to let him know that I seen your text or I still hear you in the back of my head saying I suck or something.
Yeah. But it's crazy though, because it's like in a world where you have all these stars that we can look up to, and I'm the same way. I'm the youngest of my siblings and the youngest brother. It seems like your first idol is always your big brother, right?
Yeah.
You're always wanting to just prove either like be better than them, or when it got to a point where I'm like youngest by 5 and 9 years, my brothers became my biggest cheerleaders, and I just wanted to prove them right. Like I just wanted everybody like I hear they're the loudest mouths in the stands, and I just wanted them to not look like fools because I was like, hey, I'm gonna ball out. Like they're saying it, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna ball out just so they don't look like idiots in the stands.
Yeah, my brother,
so,
he loves it. He loves it. So if I prove him right, he's happy.
Which is awesome, man. It's great because those are the people that were with you before.
They up in the stands like, that's my brother. That's my brother.
Y'all may not know him like I know him. I know him.
That's unconditional love, man.
Absolutely.
A big part of playing receiver is understanding defenses and coverages. When would you say you started to develop that part of your game?
I would say going back to my redshirt sophomore year. My redshirt freshman year, I wasn't really paying attention to coverages, and I was just running the route they told me to run. My redshirt sophomore year, I was kind of getting it. I was really understanding like 2 high, 1 high. That was really it. My redshirt sophomore year is when I really had to focus in, because that's when they moved me back to the slot. So I'm like, all right, this is where they're in Tampa, cover 2, 6, 3, 3 cloud. So that's really where I started picking it up, and then going into last year was I could pretty much pick out the coverage as soon as the ball snapped.
Yeah. Nice. Do you have that relationship with your quarterback where you guys maybe watch film together? Obviously there's meetings, but like, do you guys feel like you have a similar understanding of what you're trying to accomplish or where the open zone is?
Yeah, definitely. He definitely knows where we've talked now, going into our 3rd year playing together. So he definitely knows where I'm going to go depending on the zone. Like he knows where to put the ball and I should be there. Like there's some of the times where I'll run a bender and the ball's at my face mask as soon as I'm turning my head. So he's like, he expects me to be there and I'm there. So just got to keep doing that.
That's how we want it. Hey,
that sort of telepathy.
When I turn that head, I need it now.
Yeah, that sort of telepathy is scary for defenses. That you guys are that in sync. Like I get it now, right? I was wondering why is this guy still at you are, but now I get it because you can't leave that. You don't want to leave
Absolutely.
that.
There was a game at Western. I ran a bender. I think it was right before the halftime. As soon as I went over to the defender, the ball was like on my face mask ASAP. It's like, yo.
That's nice.
Yeah. We are locked in. So I talk about this with a lot of the receivers at the University of Montana when the guys are coming up to me, underneath me, like what kind of work are you and Devin putting in over the summer to develop that type of relationship? Because obviously it shows itself on Saturdays, but you don't get there unless you are doing routes on air constantly during the summer and you guys are getting on the same page with reps. What does that look like for you guys?
Definitely routes on air. Like right now it's a little calm period because we're just now getting back into it, so we're not trying to burn us out so fast. But it's definitely a lot of routes on air. Like he'll pick like certain routes from practice or from the script. And it's like, all right, let's bang these out to get on the same page. And you know, even being like one of the older guys in the room, we got to make sure all the younger guys below us run the route the same way. Because now everyone likes to run their routes all sauced up and add some extra to it. And it's like with Dev, like you can do it, but like it better be still on time because he's 1, 2, 3. He's trying to get it out or he's moving on.
Because when you get older, you start to realize, like, all that cute stuff in training is great, but, like, we don't got time like that in the game.
It's even, like, when we're doing one-on-ones, our coach say, like, it's a good route. You're not going to have time. Like, move on.
Yeah. That's something that I think evolves as you get older. You're like, nah, I can't do all this. I got to get into my route right away, which is nice.
That's probably something you guys got used to. Go ahead. There's probably something you guys got you. Go ahead, Marquis.
It's me. It's like, I'm simple. Like I don't run like I'm not an exotic route runner. Like I'm not adding all this extra. I'm trying to get to my spot as fast as I can. And if I gotta add a little bit extra, I will. But I'm not gonna add. I never add too much. Release run it mid route like ever.
Yeah. That's probably something you had to get used to, like getting the ball out fast in practice, because you guys had Pena, who's probably on the quarterback like that when you guys are doing like team periods and things like that.
Yeah, it was pretty good having Brock over there too. It was another, good left tackle for us. But yeah, definitely. And our defense likes to blitz a little bit sometimes, so we definitely speed up some of our processes sometimes.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Is there a favorite route that you like to run?
I like running a post ball. I don't run it as often as I used to, but definitely I love running a post. I don't know why. It's just one of them routes that as soon as I got to URI, I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, catching a post and scoring a touchdown, there's few things like it, man. Like, it's special.
I love it. It's always been since I got there. We had a bunch of concepts when I first got there that had a post in it, so I was always trying to run that one.
Yeah. Do you guys play around? I mean, I would imagine with your size and agility and ability, how much do you guys play with like the slot fade?
Last year was a little bit less.
Okay.
We had a new offensive coordinator, new receiver coach.
Yeah.
It's always like in the works. It's always evolved somewhere, but it really died down a little bit last year. We didn't run it as much, but
they're probably bracketing you, and it's
that's another fact. Like, it's kind of hard when a team's running, 2-man. It's like not really 2-man. They're just trying to.
You just aren't going to get the ball.
Yeah, they got one below, one on top. Yeah,
but definitely slot fade is definitely something we try to take advantage of when we can.
Yeah.
Walk us through your pre-snap process. What are the keys you're looking for?
Line it up. I'm looking at the overhang first if there's one, and then I'm straight to the safeties. I'll take a quick peek at the corner on the outside, but other than that, I'm honed in on. I'm trying to like get the overhang and the safeties in my line of sight all at once and see what they're doing.
Yeah, our coach used to call it the triangle. So for you, the triangle would be that overhang backer, whether it's a backer or a nickel, that safety, and then that corner. So like you got to be aware of like that triangle in your.
The triangle.
Yeah.
In terminology.
What are some tells corners or linebackers give away that fans never notice?
Basically when a nickel's blitzing, like I can kind of tell when someone's faking. If they're just like jabbing, I doubt you're gonna go. If you're trying to go, you're trying to creep. And then, sometimes they'll bail out, but like most of the times I'll be prepared for it, but I can see when someone's going. Yeah. Corners, they never really tell. The corners, when they're blitzing, they're just gonna stare inside every time.
Yeah.
Safety's gonna be way over on the hash.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not stuff I expect them to really notice unless they're diehards.
Yeah. They see it.
One thing that is a tell for me when I'm watching film too is like if you see like a backer or a overhang or like a nickel, somebody walked up, but then they don't have any help behind. Like who's gonna take over your spot? Like a lot of times I'm looking for that safety. Like the linebacker nickel can blitz, but usually you need a safety to kind of come and cover where you're vacating. So like if you don't have that, you're bluffing.
Because if the safety's just on the hash, I'm like, all right, he's gonna fly down and take his spot when he's gone. If he's inside, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna bail.
Yeah.
I always wonder that, like, who are you trying to fool, right? Because this would be like malpractice if you were to blitz and the safety is way in the middle of, like, what are you doing?
I can see everything behind you, right?
But they're DBs, man. We can't expect them to be smart.
Yeah.
Who is the toughest DB you've had to face in your college career? He said, I took all of them.
Minnesota, my redshirt sophomore year.
Okay.
I think it was number 5. I think that was probably the best. If I was to do FCS, I would say Stony Brook last year.
Yeah.
Their outside corner was really good. He was really patient, taller guy. So I think from Stony Brook, from the FCS from last year,
Yeah, as a taller receiver, that's kind of the defensive backs I always struggled with was like the taller guys who were like stronger and like can match my size. That was the ones that kind of gave me fits at times.
I try to just take advantage. I just hope they don't move as well as I can. Really my goal.
Yeah. What's the hardest road environment you've played in?
Ooh, hardest road. Let me think. Holy Cross this last year.
Yeah, Holy Cross.
Crowd was brutal because the crowd's right behind us.
Okay,
their student section's right behind the bench, so they are brutal. It's nonstop chirping. We're trying to go over the plays, and it's just chirping in the background. So that one was a tough one.
That's kind of crazy too, because Holy Cross wasn't even that good last year. So their fans were still showing up every week.
Yeah, nah, we played them earlier. We played them, I think, week 3 or 4, so it was still early on.
They still had hope.
Yeah, their fans were chirping all game.
Oh,
Wow.
so on the chirping, are you a trash talker? And I guess second part of the question, what is the best trash talk you've heard on the field?
I can be a trash talker,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Sometimes it takes me out of my game, so I try not to be. Like,
Yeah.
I can be. If you start like saying extra stuff and doing extra stuff, then I can be. I don't think I've heard anything crazy on the field, really. Like, when I'm on the field, I kind of just tune them out. Like, unless they're right next to me when the play's dead, I don't really hear much. But I know them D-line, O-linemen, like, it gets hectic in there.
Yeah. But there's nothing a DB or anybody's ever said to you where you were like, okay, that was pretty nice.
I mean, the most they really say is like they locked me up, and then I'll be like, I mean, it was either a bad ball. I was like, it's really me, not really you. But then they said, like, all right, you got it there.
Yeah, I'd imagine. You know what, Sam? I didn't think about this, but regionally, like, I'd imagine there's not as many California guys on the East Coast playing. Man, I tell you what, Marquis, the California DBs, they are different. The biggest talkers.
It's funny because the nickel from UC Davis, number 1, he was the one that did the most chirping against them.
Man,
he played me all day.
They are just talkers.
It was not even. It didn't matter if I had scored, caught a pass. As soon as he gets a stop, he was on 100.
Hey,
it's crazy.
California, man. Hey, I don't know what it is in the water, but they I don't know. Yeah. If an NFL scout asked you what makes Marquis Buchanan different, what would you tell them?
Different. Just my ability to make a play, no matter where the ball is, no matter where I get it at.
Yeah.
Not every receiver is able to take a bubble screen and house it 70, and then catch a fade ball for another 60. Like, it's not really. I would say I'm dynamic in that aspect, a receiver.
Okay. Nice. Do you have any football opinions, whether it could be like a favorite team, favorite player, a top 5, like a football opinion that you think fans would disagree with?
Ooh. The Denver Broncos are the best team in the AFC.
Wow.
I'm a Broncos fan, so
I'm trying to think who's
how does that happen though? How does that happen being from Rhode Island?
Growing up, my favorite color is orange, so I was playing Madden. That was the first team I saw. Orange, blue.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I'm with him. And then I had seen Terrell Davis on the game. I was like, yeah, I'm with him.
Okay.
No Patriots though?
Nah, it's funny. Most of my family's Patriots fans. My mom, uncle, cousin.
Wow. I'm not gonna whip out my Seahawks hat, but give them my condolences.
The Patriots lost, so I'm good. Like,
yeah.
Okay, we got 2 more for you. My first one is why did it? Oh, your pregame routine. What is your pregame routine? Do you have any like superstitions? Like, I got to get ready this way. I got to put my pants on this way. Like, what's your pregame routine?
I stretch in the same corner in the end zone every game.
Okay.
No matter road or home. I go out there, have my cleats in my hand. I'm walking down in socks so I can get a feeling for the turf. Unless it's wet, then I got to put my cleats on. But usually just with my socks. My ankle, I got to get my ankles taped right after our pregame meal. Like right after, so they can start getting stretched out.
Yeah.
I go in the end zone. I do the same stretches. If we're at home, I'll stretch outside. And then I'll go inside, get on a bike for 10, do some more stretching, then go outside for a little bit of ROA, and then get to it.
Nice.
Was there ever a game where you didn't get to necessarily do your pregame routine, and did you feel off?
I wouldn't say I felt off. I just don't like being rushed. Like some of our road games, we have to like speed everything up, so I don't have a chance to go back inside and do some extra stretching. But I don't really feel off. I just don't feel as prepared as I could be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, last one for us. If you could talk to young Marquis about the journey ahead, what would you tell him?
Keep your head down and keep going. Just keep going. It's going to be a roller coaster, but you got to just keep going.
Yeah. Nice, man.
I love that. Well, Sam, appreciate you joining us, bro. Like, truly wish you the best this season. It's been a joy watching you, bro, and I'm excited to see what you're able to do this year. Thank you so much for jumping on with us, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you for
Godspeed.
having me here.
Yeah, appreciate you.